Hi Mike, I hope your Friday's going well. Today is section 7.2. This is the last section of this chapter and it's balance sheets. You get your information for the balance sheet from your worksheet, just like what you did for the income statement. Remember, this is anything above income summary. To get those totals, remember you pulled over your trial balance over into your balance sheet columns. If you had any adjustments in there, for example, supplies and prepaid insurance, you just subtracted those adjustments and put them over into the balance, then put in your total for the balance sheets. So your heading is very similar. First, you put in your company name, what's the report, and in this case, you put in the date. This is just a snapshot, so it's a specific date, not for the month ended, it's just straight up August 31. For your balance sheet, please keep in mind when you get ready to do these, your accounting equation, which is assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So that's why assets is on the left, liabilities is on the right. You start with that title, assets, make sure it's centered, put in your account titles, then the amounts. Then you'll do the same thing for liabilities. Put in the section title, the account titles, liability amounts. Then you have to actually total your liabilities. So in this case, 200 plus 50 is 250. Owner's equity, we have to figure it. In this case, this is an example of reporting it in detail for a balance sheet. You do not have to report it in detail. However, with this, I wanted to put it in here so that way you know how to figure capital first. So you start with your beginning capital, so the amount that's on your trial balance. This case is $5,000. Write down your net income, $20.99. Then your drawing, which is $625. So you're going to take your $20.99 minus $625, which is $14.79. Then you have to figure out your ending capital, which would be $5,000 plus your $14.74 since we had a net income. And that's our current capital amount of $64.74. Like I said, you are not reporting this in detail. You just want to make sure you know how to figure capital correctly. So beginning capital amount plus net income plus your minus your drawing. I'll repeat it again since I screwed it up. Beginning capital plus net income minus drawing gets you your current capital amount. So here you can see we have that figured. So we put in our owner's equity title, then our account titles, and the amount. This case, it ended up being $64.74 after we figured it. Then you're going to put in a single line. Now, you might be wondering why there's a blank space between capital and the total liabilities and owner's equity. You might not too. Who knows? Anyway, that is because you have to have your total assets and your total liabilities and owner's equities on the same line. It's easier to show that they equal. It's a quicker glance than having to look up a little bit for your liabilities and capital totals. So total up your assets, just add them all together. Do the same thing with liabilities and owner's equity. So 250 plus 64.74 is 67.24. Then you compare it. If they equal, great. And then you're going to put in the double lines. If not, if you don't equal, go back in, double check your math. If you can't get them to equal there, go back in, double check your numbers off of your worksheet. Those are the two most common mistakes in accounting. It's going to be your numbers and your math. So check those. If they still don't equal, don't stress. Have Mrs. Dunbar take a peek and make sure you have the right numbers in there. And if you guys can't find what's wrong, don't worry about it. We'll be looking at it on Monday, and I'll answer any questions you might have left. And we'll make sure the income statements and the balance sheets are done correctly. That is all. Make sure you do the work together on your own and application problems for 7.2. And like I said, we'll look at these again on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, Mike, and we'll see you then.